Hello everyone and welcome to the how-to for activating the new sheet slip-in feature on your project. I'm going to take you through a video and show you exactly how to activate this feature on your own project. So moving forward, if you have other projects that you need to activate this feature on, you'll be able to use this for that as well. My name is Erica Gasparo and I am the lead consultant and trainer on the consulting services team here at PlanGrid in the state of Florida, Louisiana, and the EMEA. Prior to coming on board with PlanGrid, I was a project engineer at Moss & Associates, where I held a document control position and helped onboard my team with PlanGrid. For those of you who have been working with PlanGrid, you know PlanGrid is all about getting everybody working on the same current set, bringing in all of your blueprints, all of your supporting documents, and making sure everyone is collaborating in the same space. And version control plays a really key point in making sure everyone is building off of the most current documents. So the idea of activating this sheet slip-in feature on your project will give you the ability to have your revision history in any order, anytime. So we'll jump into the sheet slip-in migration demo, where I will show you exactly what you need to do and go through all the steps on how to activate the sheet slip-in feature. Okay, so I'm going to jump into my slip-in migration video test project here. And what you'll do is jump into the project that you need to activate this feature on. So once you get to your home screen, come over to the Settings tab on the left-hand toolbar. It's the little gear icon. And now you should see a new project action. Underneath project actions, it should say activate new versioning features. So go ahead and click on that. Then it'll take you to this home screen here. And what I'll have you do is read through everything really carefully. I'm going to read it out loud for you now. Our new versioning features require new business rules to be enforced on sheets. And to enable these features, your project must not violate these rules. So we'll be using two terms here, version set and history set, to describe the new business rules. So if you can see from the charts below, a version set is any sheet that's been uploaded within one version. So it could be many different sheets, different sheet numbers, and they're all been released and uploaded as in one version that you've uploaded into your PlanGrid project. Now a history set is any sheet that has the same number, the sheet number, so it's just been layered on top of each other. So it looks like A100 has been uploaded in Bulletin 2. There was none in Bulletin 1, but it was uploaded in the initial set. So A100 is layered on top of each other and shares the same history set. In PlanGrid, the history set or revision history of a sheet can be viewed underneath the left-hand corner of the sheet once viewing it from the web. So if you scroll down, you'll see a little box here that says revision history, and you can always go here to review the order of your sheets, what sheet is stacking on top of another sheet, and basically all of this will be listed the same way that you'll see it once you activate this feature. So you can view a version set by filtering by its name when viewing the grid or list of sheets in your project. So for those of you who are used to signing on to the web, which is probably most of you since you're the document controllers here, on the right-hand bottom corner of your screen, you'll see where it says version set, and then all of your different versions will be listed there. Before activating this feature, they will be listed in the order of the upload date. After activating this feature, it'll be listed in the order of the issue date. And we'll talk about that a little bit further as we go through. So the process of activating these features for the project. So the first part was we're going to identify where your project violates the business rules, and then we're going to suggest changes that you need to make via the blue links. Then you'll make the suggested changes. You'll redo steps 1 and 2 until all the rule violations are cleared. And then once they're cleared, we'll activate the new versioning features. We'll check the issue date to make sure that they're correct. And then we'll perform any cleanup on any of the sheets that we need to. So to start, we're going to click Start Activating Features. And PlanGrid is going to run a check of every area that we need to fix in order to activate this feature. So it looks like we have a few things that we need to do. Let's start with the first one. It says E7.02 appears in 2 different history sets. So to actually fix this issue, we can just click on the blue link. So we need to renumber one of them. So here it's showing all of the E7.02 that have been uploaded into this project. So let's just start with one of them. We'll go ahead and click into one. Okay, now I'm going to scroll down and view my revision history. So first thing I'm going to do when I get here is just view which sheet we're looking at, make sure they all have the correct sheet number, and it looks like E7.02 is correct. So I'm going to just change one of these to E.72A, click Save, and I'm going to change the other one too. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm just breaking up the E7.02 sheets, and I'm going to go back to the initial tab here, and I'm going to rerun the check to see if that did anything here. And it looks like we're good to go. So we'll go on to the next one. So it says sheets with number AV000 appear more than once in version set ASI4. So we need to renumber one of them. So it looks like we have a situation where there's two sheets with the exact same sheet number, and that violates the new rule. So we have to change one of them so that there isn't two of the same sheet numbers within a version. So I'm going to click on the blue link, renumber one of them. Okay, so it looks like there are two different sheets here with the name AV000. So let's click on one, and it's possible that they were named incorrectly. And that's what it looks like. This sheet is actually AV100. So I can scroll down here. I'm going to click on the initial set AV100. So that looks like it's good. ASI4 looks like it's the one that we need to rename. So I'm going to rename this to the correct number and click Save. And then as you go through the process, you're going to see all of these tabs keep opening up. Once you're done doing the fix, you can close that tab and then always go back to the original tab. So I'm going to click Rerun Checks one more time. Now you don't have to do that. I like to do that just so that it narrows down the list of things that I still have to do. Okay, next step, sheet LTA 6.01 appears in two different history sets. So let's renumber one of them or move one to another version set. So I'm going to click on that. And here are all those LTA 6.01. Again, it looks like there's two different sheets here just by looking at it. So I'm going to click on one of them and make sure that we have the same, or we have the correct sheet number. And it looks like this one should be labeled E6.01. And there's just one in the revision history, so I'm just going to relabel one of them. Okay, I'm going to click X here, go back to the original page, rerun my check. Okay, next we're going to keep going. Sheets E2.03, E2.03, and M2.03 appear in the same history set. So just by looking at it now, it looks like I can already tell you this one is the one causing the problem, M2.03, because it's not the same number as the rest of them. So I'm going to go in and I'll probably have to change M2.03 to E2.03, and then they should layer correctly. So here is that grouping right there. And we have E2.03. Let's click to the next one. E2.03. And this is labeled M2.03. So as of right now, you're not going to be able to break apart this grouping. So what I'll do is I'm going to name M2.03 to E2.03. And then after I'm done activating this feature, I will come back and change the name of this. So just take a pen and a Post-it and write down somewhere next to you that you need to come back to E2.03, and I'll put M2.03 in parentheses that I need to rename it. So right now we're just going to change it so that we can run this again and make sure it goes away, and we'll come back later and fix it. So I'm going to rerun the checks. Okay, great. Next, looks like sheets M2.02A and M2.02 appear in the same history set, so let's change one of them. So I can tell this one is M2.02, but it's named M2.02A. Let's look at the other one. This one seems to be correct, so I'm going to rename the one from the initial set. So I'm just going to erase the A there and click Save. Okay, X that out. Rerun the checks. Okay, and lastly, sheets E6.01 appear in two different history sets. So what's happening here is E6.01 is standing alone. It's not layering the way that it should with the rest of the history sets here. So I'm going to just see if I can move that one into the correct history set. Okay, so when I get to a situation like this, I see E6.01 with 3 versions. So I'm looking probably at 1 version, 2 version, 3 version, and here's where it says V1. So this is the one that's standing alone. So you always want to look for the lowest version number here because that's probably the one causing the issue. So I can jump into this one here. And what I'm going to do is, as of right now, I'm going to just write next to it to be fixed because I can't pull it out of the layering group right now. So I'm just going to click Save and I'm going to come back to it. As of right now, I've renamed it so it's still a standalone sheet, but we can come back a little bit later. I'm going to do another note to myself, E6.01, that I need to come back to that sheet. So let's go ahead and click X and rerun the checks. And it looks like our project is ready for activation. So I'm going to click Activate Feature. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is check the issue dates on the versions and then clean up the sheet names. So let me click on the first link here. So this is our new Manage Versions tab that can be accessed from the home screen on the Sheets view. And here it's breaking up everything into the different versions. So before we just had bid set, initial set, ASI 2, 3, and 4, but it broke it up a little bit more by specific time that it was uploaded. So what we need to first do is go in and set an issue date to the specific version. As of right now, they're being ordered by the timing that they were uploaded, but the whole point of activating this feature is so that we can assign an issue date. So this is how we would do it. So you first click on a version and then click Edit. And you come over and assign an issue date. So I'm going to check my document log and I know that the bid set was issued to me on January 1st. So I'm going to come in here and click January 1st. And then I'm going to rename this to 2017-01-01 bid set. Save changes. Okay. So as of right now, it looks like there really should only be one bid set that is saved. So what we can do is merge all the rest of the subsequent bid set versions into one version. So what I'm going to do is open up the other bid set versions and move those sheets into the bid set version that I just created. Okay, so here we have a couple sheets. We'll go into list view here, select both of them, click edit, and then we'll come over to where the version set is listed, and I'm going to put it into the new bid set that I had just created. Okay, great. Now to get back to that tab for Manage Versions, there's a button at the top right-hand corner. You just click there, and now we're back at the screen. So we've just edited this one. We're going to jump into the rest of them here. So let me view these sheets. Okay, I'm going to go into list view here, select it, edit, and move it into the bid set that I just created. So it's like I'm getting an error. It says that E6.01 has already been added to the bid set version that I just created. So let me go in here and check what's going on with these versions. Now, if this happens, it's possible that you've uploaded a sheet multiple times into the same version. So it looks like here we have one in the bid set with the lowercase letters that we're viewing, the initial set, and then we also have one uploaded in the original or that new bid set that I had just created. So let's check to see what's going on. It looks like I have 21 October 2011, 21 October 2011. Okay, great. So it looks like there may be a duplicate here. So what I'm going to do, depending on how many markups you have on here, you might want to transfer them into the other sheet there. But right now I'm going to erase this specific sheet. So I'm going to click Delete Sheet. And I'm going to permanently delete that. Now, again, you're going to have to just check to make sure, that that's an okay thing to do. In order to merge everything over, sometimes there's going to be funky mistakes like that upon uploading that you'll find out when you do this process. So let's go back to the Manage Versions tab here. Just double check there's no other sheets in that bid set. It looks like we're good to go. And I'll open up that last bid set version. And we will do list view. I'll select all of them, edit into the bid set folder. Okay, great. So now I can go over to my Manage Versions tab, and I'm going to select this bid set, this one here, and this one. And I'm going to delete them because as of right now, they're basically just sitting there. They don't have any sheets in them because we just moved them over. So I'm going to click Delete. Then I have to type in the number 3 because I'm deleting 3 folders. Okay, great. So now when I click on bid set and go to View Sheets, now all of my sheets are going to be in here. So I'm going to do the same thing for initial set. So I'm going to create the version right here. I know my initial set was issued to me on February 1st. So I can come in and write 2017 0201 and create that placeholder version set. Okay, so now I'm going to come into this initial set here, view those sheets, and move them into the one I just created. Same thing with this one. And then for the last initial set. Okay, great. So now I'm going to close this tab up here, and I'm going to take all of the initial sets, and I'm going to delete them since I've moved all of those sheets over into the new initial set version. Great. So now it's just up to me to go in and assign a date to these versions here. So let me edit. I know that I got ASI 1 on February 15th. Or ASI 2. Okay. Do the same thing for ASI 3, February 28th is when I got the second one. Okay. Now it's up to you if you want to go in and write the actual issue date in the name of the title. It's totally your choice what you want to do. I like to have it in there because when you see it on your mobile device, you also have a date associated with it. From the web, obviously, it looks like you're doing double data entry by putting in the issue date and then typing it in. But from the mobile device, it makes it a little bit easier to view it when there is a date there. But again, that is up to you. So let me just finalize this here. Okay, my issue date was March 1st for this one. Okay. Save the changes, and now we are good to go. So we have everything in the correct order: bid set, initial set, ASI 2, ASI 3, and ASI 4, and everything should be good to go from here. Now, let's go back to the original tab and click on Clean Up Sheet Names. We have a few extra things that we need to do. I'm going to just close out all of these tabs. You'll notice a lot will populate at the top of your browser. You can just close out the ones that you're not using. Okay, so if you look down at the bottom right-hand corner, your version sets are all listed by the issue date. Now you can include that. And now I'm going to search for those sheets that we had to renumber. So remember when we had to renumber E2.03, I need to go back in and I need to make sure to change that back. So let's go in here. And here's that M2.03. So we need to change this one. So now when I change it, it should layer it with the rest of the M2.03 sheets. Okay, great. So now it's showing that here's the most current set, M2.03 in the initial set, and then M2.03 in the bid set. So it looks like we're good to go with this one. I'm going to scroll up and go back to my sheets here and clear my search bar. The next thing that I want to search is E6.01. I remember we wrote to be fixed next to one of them, and here it is. So I can click on that, and we want to put it back in the layering of the other sheets, the other E6.01s. So let me click on this, click edit. I'm just going to erase this, click save, and then now it looks like it's being layered correctly. So we're viewing ASI 3, just make sure that it's sitting on top of the initial set, which is sitting on top of E6.01 in the bid set. So that completes the sheet slip-in migration. Now we have the new sheet slip-in feature activated. You can see your versions listed here on the right. You can access your manage versions page from here. And if you want to, you can create versions and then upload into the version from the publish stage. And that's going to be the exact same thing when you upload versions. So I can show you what it looks like. The only difference is at the bottom, you'll now have a drop-down menu. So let me just pull from a sample sheet here. Okay, so now when I go to upload the sheet, when I click to name the version set, I can either create a new version or I can choose what version I want to slip sheet it into. So I'm going to put it in ASI 2, and it's already going to populate that issue date for me. So now you don't have to worry about uploading sheets into duplicate versions. You can put it right in the version that you needed to go to from the publish screen. And then these are the two sheets that exist in ASI 2. So now that we've activated the feature, we've cleaned up our sheets and we've versioned everything, added issue dates, and we're good to go. You're probably wondering, how does the annotation promotion work? Basically, annotation promotion works in two ways. If you're uploading sheets before the publish stage, all of your annotations from the previous version will promote. If you're moving around sheets after the publish phase, so you're maybe slip sheeting different sheets into other versions, your annotations are not going to promote. So just think of it this way. Before publish stage, they'll promote. After the publish stage, they won't. Some questions. So how does the new issue date affect my drawing logs? Now in your drawing log, you'll have the same sheet name, version, description, but you'll also have the date issued. So when you assign an issue date to a version, that's also going to populate in all of your drawing logs. No need to have a separate drawing log that you update on the side. PlanGrid will now give you all of the basic information that you need to have your own drawing log updated. So you're probably asking, who do I contact if I have questions during my sheet slip-in migration? If you're having any questions, the best person to reach out to is support@plangrid.com. We have a bunch of support staff waiting to answer all of your questions during the process, so it's best to email them, or you can actually just chat with them from the chat box on the lower left-hand corner from PlanGrid on the web. So what if you don't feel comfortable doing the sheet slip-in migration all by yourself? Maybe you're wondering if there's another way to activate the feature, and can someone help me through the process? So if you have a really large project and you're getting a lot of these issues come up, a lot of things that you have to do, you just don't feel comfortable going through the process by yourself, you should email consulting@plangrid.com. This is the team that I work on, and what we can do is set up a go-to meeting for 2 hours. And if you want to book your sheet slip-in migration webinar with us, just email us again at consulting@plangrid.com. This is actually going to be a 2-hour webinar that we'll go through it. We'll hold your hand through the entire process, and we offer this at $500 for the 2 hours. We also have on-site interactive and customized training outside of the sheet slip-in migration process. We can come on site. We'll have a trainer in person. It's the best way to assure user adoption, minimize human error, and supercharge ROI. It's very interactive. We do hands-on activities, and we hand out cool PlanGrid swag to help everybody understand what they're learning. And it's customized. So depending on exactly what your team needs to learn, we can come in and customize our training to match your current workflows. Our two most popular on-site workshops are the field workshop, where we go over how to use PlanGrid from a mobile device. We have, again, more PlanGrid swag that you could win. Everything is offered at cost as well. We also offer an admin workshop, which goes through the document controller process, how to upload documents, basically how to tag, everything that you need to know from using PlanGrid from the web. And again, this is also offered at cost. And that concludes the sheet slip-in migration video. If anybody has any further questions, reach out to support. But good luck with everything. Hope to hear from you soon, and happy PlanGridding.